A man is dead after a SWAT standoff takes a turn for the worse. Deputies saying the man was making threats, leading officers to open fire.
Apparently was desperate to kill himself, but did not want to do it, and wanted a law enforcement officer to do it for him, and apparently that's what happened.
Deputies have since identified the man as 31-year-old Billy Smith, a former U.S. Marine who served 4 years. They were called to the area this afternoon after reports he was making suicidal threats. It happened at a home on Citation Drive in Lake Asbury. Deputies say after hours of negotiating, Smith came out of the home pointing a gun at a deputy. That's when they opened fire. Sheriff Basler says it was Smith's father who called 911 after his son made suicide threats via text earlier today. The sheriff says Smith is a former Marine and has a history of mental disorders. He's been Baker Acted several times in the past. Smith does have an estranged wife and 2 children, but they live at another location, we're told. When officers got to the scene, they heard shots fired inside the home and called the SWAT team. During negotiations tonight, Bessler says 16 to 20 shots were fired again inside the house at various times, causing the windows to break. He says Smith was talking to the negotiator for several hours and he would hang up and call back. At one point, Smith came out of the front of the home with his handgun drawn at an officer. That's when the sheriff says the deputy had no option but to shoot at Smith because he felt as though he was going to fire. Neighbors around here pretty shaken up tonight because of this alarming and disturbing situation.
Neighborhood is it's a nice neighborhood. I've lived here for since '99. It's about 17 years, and you know, I feel pretty safe. I mean, I don't consider it like crime-ridden or anything, and I think it could just really happen any place.
It tells you, I mean, it can happen anywhere, it can happen to anyone. I mean, you have people living around you, but you never know what's going on in their lives.
No word on how long it'll take for the scene to be cleared, but neighbors have been allowed to come back to their homes. The officer who shot Smith has been placed on administrative leave as protocol, and FDLE is taking the lead on this investigation.